Hi, everyone. My name is Nicole, and I am one of the social workers here at Ironwood Cancer and Research Centers. Today, I want to take a moment to introduce our new genetics counselor, Miss Morgan Nicole Lewandowski. Morgan joined our team in May of this year, and we just want to get to know her and welcome her to the family at Ironwood, and hopefully you all have a chance to work with her and have a great experience with her. So we're going to ask her a few questions. Welcome, Morgan.
Thank you so much. So excited to be here.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you come from?
So I'm originally from Phoenix, Arizona. So I grew up here my whole life. And then after I graduated from high school, I actually went out of state to Denver, Colorado for my undergrad. And then I went to Regis University for 4 years. And then I got my bachelor's degree in molecular biology and genetics. And then I moved back to Phoenix after that. And I worked in clinical trial research for a year while I was applying to genetic counseling school. And then stayed in Arizona, went to Tucson, Arizona to go to the U of A. And now I'm here. So
technically you're a wildcat, yes?
Technically, yeah.
Well, I bet it was a nice break to go to Denver for a while and be away from the summer heat.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely made me realize I prefer the heat though.
Okay,
definitely
good.
not a fan of, scraping ice off my car windows every morning and all that jazz. So I'm definitely happy to be back.
I'm originally from Michigan, and that was the reason I moved out to Arizona. Was there was one storm in December of 2002, and it took me 45 minutes and a butter knife to scrape and get the ice off of the car door, just so I could get in the car and then start it and let the engine run and melt off. And then I drove off thinking, it took me 45 minutes just to get the ice off this car and be safe to drive. And now I have to drive on the road that's covered in that same ice. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to go live in Arizona for like a year and then I'll come back. And 19 years later, still here. So
what do you know? Yeah, I had a very similar experience to that. I, took a half hour, took 45 minutes, scraped off all my windows, let it heat up a little bit. And then 5 minutes into my drive, I fell into this like little ditch / like crevice in the road. And I had to call all of my friends and we had to push my car back out onto the road. And I was late for class. And yeah, definitely a different world.
Well, we're glad you're here. What kind of got you into the world of genetics? What inspired your interest there?
Yeah, so I actually originally wanted to be a physical therapist. I had been an athlete my entire life. So I spent a lot of time in the physical therapy practice. And so I studied that and I started with that in my bachelor's degree. And then I started working as a physical therapy technician over the summers. And I just realized that I kind of missed more of the molecular side of things. I just didn't really feel like I was getting enough of that in that field. So then I thought to myself, okay, maybe I should get my PhD in genetics. That sounds interesting, right? So then I moved to Korea for a summer to do cancer research in a lab over there. And as interesting as it was, I definitely missed more of the patient-facing aspect of healthcare, excuse me. And so I was like, okay, I definitely like the more intricate, complex sides of science, but I also love the patient-facing side. And that's when I realized genetic counseling was just the perfect career for me because, I got to work directly with patients. I can help, be a positive side of their day and then also help them understand really complex information. So it was just the perfect combination.
Very nice. What was it like living in Korea?
It was different. The food is amazing. I will say it's a little bit hard to be a vegetarian over there. So I went in vegan and I came out a huge meat lover after being there. Obviously, Korean barbecue is amazing and even better over there. So food was amazing. Obviously, so beautiful. It kind of feels like a tropical paradise over there because it's kind of like a peninsula. So I loved it. So beautiful. Food was amazing.
Nice. What a cool experience to have. I've always wanted to live somewhere else and see what it would be like. Especially a tropical paradise would be amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good combo of everything, I feel like.
Well, good. Well, we're glad you're here and you kind of went down that path and made it our way. What kind of hobbies do you have, or what kind of things do you like to do when you're not at work?
Yeah, so I'm definitely an exercise nut. I feel like I just, try and get to the gym or, run or, get on the bike whenever possible. So I love exercising. I also love hiking, love being outside, camping, fishing. I actually originally didn't like fishing, but my fiance got me into it and now we go like all the time. So that's really fun. And I also love to play the piano. I feel like whenever I'm really stressed or just need to clear my mind, playing piano is always really helpful for me.
Very nice. Talented in so many different ways. Do you have any pets?
I don't. I love dogs though, and I'm fighting every single urge to go get a puppy. Definitely want to stay petless for a little bit longer, but definitely maybe in the next few years, at least 1 or 2 dogs is in my future, I think.
Maybe after you get married and
yeah.
one thing at a time.
Exactly.
Well, I just want to thank you for joining us just for a few minutes, just to kind of introduce yourself. And again, we want to welcome you to our team as part of the supportive care services team. We're so happy to have you. And Morgan will be working out of our East Valley offices. Are you kind of covering all around, or what is?
Yeah, technically East Valley, but we cover, all the patients on both ends. So.
And you work virtually, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so patients won't see you in person in the office, but they will meet with you over the phone and video chat, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. And how do, if patients have questions about genetics, or if they're eligible for testing or to be involved, like, is there a certain criteria that you have?
Yep. So we do have a criteria that we've written up and shared with all of the providers. So, if providers have any other questions about who meets and who doesn't, they can always just, send us a quick email and we can kind of evaluate their history and see if they would be a good candidate. If not, we can always send that criteria too, just to be a good reminder of, who qualifies and who doesn't.
Okay. So patients, if you're interested, talk to your doctors and they can let you know if you are qualified to meet with them, and then they can help you through that whole process of doing the testing, going through the results, and everything that's the options thereafter, correct?
Exactly. Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for joining from your place, and I'm joining from Gilbert, and happy to be here today, and welcome to the team.
Thank you so much, Nicole.